What we have here are a reflection of the different aspects of our life before the war. You know, back in the 36, 37, you can see here Department of Education had a baseball team in 1936, 37. We had the Boy Scouts, the American Boy Scouts were formed here for the first time, I believe, in 1937. These were the first members. We have the George Washington High School was established around the same time, 1936. These are some of the graduates of GW High School. We had a basketball team. We had some of the most beautiful girls in the world attending Washington High School. See, right here we have, Mr. F.B. Leon Guerrero was actually really a farmer. You know, his first love was farming. So what we have here is his knife that he used, you know, in tending to the garden and to the ranch. We also have a container here for his tobacco because he smoked the pipe. I know it's a problem nowadays to smoke, but he was still a good man, even though he did smoke a pipe. And this is the urn, you know, for his tobacco. What we have here, of course, are members of the faculty of George Washington High School. George Washington High School was the only high school we had prior to World War II. We had a private school known as the Guam Institute. That was a private school run by the late Mr. Nieves Flores. But GW was the first public high school that we have. Now I think we have about 6 of them. This is a picture of the pre-war nurses, you know, the Chamorro nurses. Of course, this shows you how copra is dried and prepared for exportation. What we have here is the interior of the Agana Cathedral before the war. It's much, much prettier than it is today. That's my own opinion, but I think I'm right. And here is a picture of Mr. Lucas San Nicolas and his wife Anna. They're both living, and a relative, George Flores, who is the father of Doris Brooks, former Senator Doris Brooks. They're from Inarajan. Mr. San Nicolas is the only surviving member of the Guam Congress that petitioned the U.S. Now, over here is this is a very important document because this was proclaimed by Naval Governor Willis Bradley, and this is supposed to be the Bill of Rights for the people of Guam. He was perhaps the best naval governor we ever had. We only had very few good governors before the war. He was the best among the very few. And because actually what he did, he just copied the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights of the Constitution, and proclaimed it as the Constitution of Guam. Unfortunately, the Navy Department did not approve his actions, and in fact, Governor Bradley was a very brilliant man. He never made admiral because he was blackballed by the Navy Department for what he was doing out here, trying to help the people here. So this is a very fuzzy picture, but it shows Governor Bradley signing the proclamation, granting us our Bill of Rights, despite objections by the Navy Department. Now over here we have the Navy Band, whose members are all Chamorros. Our people are very musically minded. They're very talented with music. Even during the Spanish days, they were saying that a Chamorro will sing while working, while playing, even while in his sleep. He still sings. I don't know whether that's possible, but that's the impression that people have. We're very talented as far as music is concerned. So this is a Navy band comprised entirely of Chamorro Navy men. We have, of course, the band marching. We have another civilian band here, and this is just a picture of, this must have been a celebration, perhaps July 4th, because you have the American flag. But this is a musical group at that time.